Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Needle in a Timestack. I know, it came up on Redbox and it had a different synopsis when I first read it. Now I'm on IMDb and I'm going to have to read it to you. It is Nick and Janie live in marital bliss until Janie's ex-husband warps time to try and tear them apart. As Nick's memories disappear, he must decide what he's willing to sacrifice in order to hold on to or let go of everything he loves. Awful. That isn't awful. That tells you nothing. But I do know it's about time travel. Obviously, it's about marriage. And, I don't know, I guess an ex-husband realizing he made a mistake. I don't know. And then Cynthia Erivo, I don't know. But that's not what I saw. If you have to scroll all the way to this side to see Orlando Bloom and Freida Pinto are in it. I think that's what drew me to it. They're people I know. 4.2 on IMDb, but only 76 people have rated it so far. So under 100. I don't know. Not very promising at a 4.2 with 76 people. You'd rather see it like a 9.2 with 76 people because usually it's the cast and the, everybody else going in and rating it. But I don't know. An hour and 51 minutes long. Now you know as much as I know. Let me get into it. Find out what it's about. Hopefully it's better than what we're finding out. And I'll let you know if it's worth investing in almost 2 hours into. Stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Needle in a Timestack. We're at the 56-minute, 30-second mark. Just about halfway through, and it's interesting and mysterious, I guess I'll say. So, actually, the main character is Leslie Odom Jr. is his name, I believe. Yeah, Leslie Odom Jr. I've seen him before. And he is married to Cynthia Erivo, who I mentioned in the beginning. And what's going on here is essentially they're married. She was in a marriage before. That's where the ex-husband comes in. Orlando Bloom is the ex-husband. And but he's ex. They're married for 5 years. But there's these time waves that come in. That hits everybody. So it's like a wave of stuff that hits them. And then, you don't know too much more about it. But time waves happen. And, it impacts people in different ways. The first time wave that we saw really didn't impact. Everybody gets like a nosebleed or something like that, and then they circle back and everything's okay. Actually, their dog turns into a cat kind of thing, right? So odd things happen, but they feel like the ex-husband Orlando Bloom, he's very rich, and he could time jaunt and mess with people's past, although he says it's fixing the present kind of thing. So the thought process is that Orlando Bloom is trying to break this couple up because they were married previously. And I know that's what IMDb says, but it's like, I get it and it makes more sense as you see it on film, but the whole wave thing is odd. So comes a point where it messes up everything, and that's where Freida Pinto comes into the picture. So she's an ex-girlfriend of Leslie Odom Jr. And so, it's like they get kind of disconnected. I don't know. It's really kind of strange, to be honest with you. And I don't want to go into too much detail because I'm sure some of the details that I give off are going to spoil it for you. But so far, no spoilers there. But as you can imagine, time separates them and puts them in different places, and I think they got to find themselves back, but I don't know how. But Orlando Bloom is able to surf time because of all of his money, and I don't even know what the waves mean yet, except for it impacts people. So sorry, it's very, very confusing, but mysterious, intriguing at the same time. So let me get back to it here, and hopefully I can give you more information in a little bit that will clear up everything that I'm confused about. Stick around, I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Needle and Timestack, and you know, I don't think it was a 4.2, but it was more like a 5 or a 6 as I think through it. You know, I mean, it was okay. The whole wave thing, the time wave, is interesting, but they don't harp on it, so it's not that significant to the whole storyline. Although that is one of the main things. It's like there's gaps. And I get it, it's time travel, there's going to be gaps, and nothing's really well explained, but there's a lot of different things that you would say, why didn't they just do this, why didn't they just do that way? Kind of annoys you a little bit, you know, with this whole piece of it. But I think it's all about like star-crossed lovers. I look at it as the time traveler's wife meets the butterfly effect that meets the 51st Dates. That's what you got, without Adam Sandler. Or Drew Barrymore. But, you know, or Rachel McAdams. I think that's who the time travel wife was. Anyway, Leslie Odom Jr. and Cynthia Erivo and Orlando Bloom and Freida Pinto are our characters in this one. But, you know, it all comes down to time travel and seeing, you know, I don't know, wanting to be with one person and to do anything that you can do to make that happen kind of situation, with a lot of gaps and a lot of confusion, and that's what you kind of get. I don't know what else to really say about this one. I mean, it was good, it was entertaining, and not something I would watch a second time, but I don't really watch any movies a second time. Not something I would recommend for guys' night. Not my demographic. I don't know. It was okay. Sorry, this is the second time me shooting this piece of it because it's hard for me to talk about it. I don't want to spoil it for you, but really that's what it's like. It's a time-traveling romance movie, and I don't know, with gaps and that make you annoyed, and I don't know, but not a 4.2, a 5. I am sorry, this is a hard one for me. Check it out. Do what you can. Sorry if I wasn't helpful at all. Maybe I was helpful. At least I told you who was in it. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.